I'm Vaina Ramzah, but you can call me Bebe. Both of my parents have high blood pressure. That's what led me to have hereditary high blood pressure. With my dad, like me in the beginning, he wasn't taking his medication. And then he passed away from a stroke unexpectedly. Woke up one morning, went and opened the kitchen door, and my younger sister found him on the floor. I was diagnosed with high blood pressure, hypertension when I was 19. I spent a lot of time in and out of the hospital. On one of my emergency room visits, the doctor told me my blood pressure was so high it was at stroke levels, and he told me if I didn't get my blood pressure together, I could end up with kidney failure and permanent heart damage and on dialysis. The thought of kidney failure, being on dialysis scared the crap out of me, so that's when I started to really turn everything around. I was taking 5 different medications, and it used to make me so sick, and I was like, that was just my goal, to get off of the medications, get my blood pressure under control. I found my love of running the first time I ran outside. I ran through my neighborhood, and just the fresh air, the opening of the lungs, that's really when I fell in love with running. The biggest barrier for me would be finding time, and it's not easy at first. I mean, it was hard. There's even days now where I'm like, oh God, I had a late night at work and I really don't feel like, getting up at 5 o'clock. But then I get that little guilty thing where if you don't get up, you know where you're gonna be. You don't want to be there anymore. So it's honestly with building a routine. But once you get that routine, once you see those results, it makes it a lot easier. Oh, it's helped me so much, and I know if it wasn't for running, I would never be where I am now. It's like now, I don't feel right if I don't run. My body doesn't feel right. I don't have that energy level when I don't run in the morning. If I go to work, I'm lagging, but when I run, my coworkers will say, wow, you have so much energy, or they'll be like, Bebe, be quiet. I'm so upbeat and stuff in the morning when they're just, waking up, and it's just getting your heart rate up and opening up the lungs. It's a great feeling for me. Just knowing the importance of physical activity and the effect that it had on my body and how it changed me so much. Just meeting other women who had goals too, for health reasons, weight reasons, and just, speaking to them and just being able to share my love for running, which makes a lot of people want to, oh wow, that's awesome. Well, I would like to run sometime. I feel like I found my purpose and I live with purpose, and it's to help other people. To start young with kids. It's really, really important to me to work with kids because, of course, at a young age, I found out that I had high blood pressure. And I can remember doing a lunch and learn, and this gentleman came up to me afterwards, and he said, thank you so much for sharing your story. His daughter was 7. She had high blood pressure and was on medication. And that really hit me because it doesn't matter how young you are, how old you are, it can really impact and affect your life. Crazy Running is a program that was created to get kids up and active at a young age. It's so fun for the kids. Most of the time, they don't even realize they're exercising. And so I coached for them for a year. You're getting the kids up active at a young age, but they're enjoying themselves. A lot of times people dread exercise. But when you make it fun and it's something that you love to do, it just comes so easy. To me, it gives me purpose. In life, when you find your purpose, I felt like I found my purpose just to be able to help others and just be able to share my story and for people to know what I went through and be like, well, man, she did it, I can do it too. You go through things in life, and sometimes when you're going through it, you don't really understand why you're going through it. It's crazy. I always tell this story. I was training for my first half marathon. I would get up in the morning, run from my house all the way to downtown and run all the way back up, and a car had hit me. And so it tore up my back, so I had to have back surgery. They're getting ready to put me under for surgery, and I'm talking to the nurse, and I know she's just trying to calm me down and everything, and she's like, well, tell me something about yourself. I was like, well, I'm a runner. All right, so then I go under and I come back up, and she's like, you really scared us when you went under. And I was like, why? What happened? And she was like, your heart rate dropped so low that we thought something was going on. And then she was like, I told the doctor, and I remember, she said she's a runner, and she said, do you know you have the resting heart rate of Lance Armstrong? Crazy, really crazy. But, it just took me back to where the doctor told me you were facing permanent heart damage and kidney failure, to now having the resting heart rate, weighing 180-something pounds on 5 medications too. I mean, I should be an example to people that anything's possible.